In 2019, some of our faculty visited Europe, Bordeaux, and they saw a living lab in Europe. When they saw the living lab, they just thought, we are doing a lot of IoT here. Why don't we do a smart city living lab in IIIT Hyderabad? And when they were discussing, somehow they could come across a meeting with MIT, that is Ministry of Electronics and Informatics, and then they were also planning at the same time of having a living lab in India. In that context, we thought, MIT said, why don't we build the first smart city living lab in India in IIIT? With that into account, we started a smart city living lab in May 2020. And Anuradha Vattem has been in the industry for the last 25 years, and I joined when this kickoff meeting happened. And when you say living lab, everyone have a different definition for a smart city. For us, what we mean is when it is a smart city solution, it is a solution where we use technology to make things smarter. So we try to take, like we saw the campus, it's a 66-acre campus, and where there are people, resources, housing, everything. And if we thought, if we can do a microcosm of the implementation of a smart city in the campus, we should be able to scale up to the cities. In that context, we try to pick some of the verticals: crowd management, water quality, air quality, water distribution, smart spaces, conventional energy, and many others as the major verticals. With that, as of now, we have deployed more than 300 nodes across the campus. IoT deployment is one thing, and after that, what is the next thing? If you have the IoT node, there should be a communication infra. What we thought is, like, why don't we try to use different communication infra so that when we advise someone, we try to say like how it can be implemented. In that context, we have used LoRa, now Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, 4G, and we are also talking with Department of Telecommunication for deploying 5G use cases. Now the communication infra is ready, and then there should be a data interoperable middleware. For that data interoperability, 1M2M, which is considered as a European standard, now is even pushed by the Indian government as an Indian standard. This 1M2M is an interoperable middleware where you can have different containers for different verticals and different types of data in it. We have implemented the 1M2M implementation along with a data lake to archive the data, which can be used for research purposes. And with this data, we have the data, and then the Smart City Mission has said that we have a place in India where everyone can look for smart city data, and that is known as Indian Urban Data Exchange. It has been developed by IIIT Bangalore. So we collaborated with IIIT Bangalore and created the data information models, and to ensure that whatever data we push it is easily understood by every user. And that implementation has been done. This covers the whole stack which we would recommend for smart city application. Through this, we are able to make the data available to research, startups, cities, policy, user agencies. And when you say once this model has been developed, we created this living lab model. We have a smart campus, and we call it as a test bed to connect, share, and make them deploy. So, like when we connect to startups, if they have some smart city solution, they can come and deploy the solutions here and validate their solution. And even the government want to take some smart city solutions, we can validate using our test bed. And as everyone says, whenever a corporate is interested in a product, there seems a lot of value. And we have corporate partners too, Intel, Silicon Labs, and Saint Gobain. And we also conduct workshops, roundtable, to get our data updated and release some white papers so that people can work on it. And with this context, this is called as a living lab model. And taking this living lab model, like we were able to associate with different departments. Recently, we signed a MOU with the Hyderabad Metro Water Supply Board, where they said, like, why don't you take an area from IIIT campus and try to deploy some solutions. And we are trying to take around 4 square kilometers around it. And we are working on non-revenue water pollution, and also the digital twin implementation, which will ease the administration to operate on large scale deployments. We have Silicon Labs as a corporate partner, and with them we try to deploy 60 nodes across the campus, and we are able to control more than 100 lights using the Bison implementation. It is a first use case for Silicon Labs in India, and they were really excited to see the implementation. And these are our research projects, and we are doing a lot of publications and patents. And definitely, if you are doing something, we are always in news. These are some of the excerpts which we have taken from news. And as such, we are in the beginning. And one more code, I always quote, miles to go before I sleep. This is the Smart City Living Lab. Thank you.